Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 78th episode of the Game Pack Podcast. My name is Phil, and co-hosting with me, as always, are Camilo.
Hello.
And John.
What's up?
This week, we're going to be discussing the Nintendo financials and...
Numbers, baby.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, we're going to talk about math. And we're going to talk about Game Builder Garage. So if you're a nerd, you're going to love this podcast. So accounting and programming. That's today's podcast. All right. So let's just jump right into the first story. Nintendo released their financials for March 2021, which would be their fiscal year of 2020, right? Is that what we said before the podcast, or do I always get this wrong?
I guess that's the end of their 2020 year.
Cool. So, all right. So I'm going to throw it over to Camilo quickly just to do a little intro, and then we'll go through some of these numbers.
Okay. So we got some Nintendo numbers for you. So I guess we'll start with the Switch itself. The Switch has sold 84.59 million units, which is kind of crazy. I feel like the last time we talked about this, it was like in the 70s. Maybe I think it had just passed the 3DS.
Right.
But
well, yeah, something like it sold 29 million units last year, or 20. It was like in total, it sold like 29 or million units.
Yeah,
which is a lot. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when, and we have this in our notes about like quickly approaching Wii numbers. Like I remember us being like, oh, like maybe it'll pass it, maybe it won't. And like now with like almost 85 million, it's like
that's definitely yes,
it's definitely gonna pass it. So like before we were sort of wishy-washy, but now there's like no way. There's no way it's not gonna pass it.
Because we're only like maybe a little bit more than halfway through the life,
and we didn't get that Switch Pro yet.
Yeah,
that's true.
Bump up sales too.
That SKU is going to bump up the sales big time. All right. Real quickly, though, before we get lost into this story with all of these numbers, I want to real quick say hi to everybody who's joining us live. Because if you're listening to the audio version of this later, we are recording these podcasts. We're airing them live now on YouTube. And then we upload them later. So hi to Diego, hi to Dylan, and hi to John and Cooltrainer Camilo and myself. What's going on, guys? And all the lurkers out there. We appreciate it. And everybody who's going to be joining later. Hello. All right. Back to accounting land.
Okay. So we talked about the Wii.
Yeah.
The next system to pass would be the DS. The DS is sitting up there with 154 million units.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a possibility. I mean, if we're only halfway through, I mean, I guess sales do tail off towards the end, but I mean, I think it's still possible. Might pass that. Let's see here.
Man, the DS was just a juggernaut for them. It's so
Yeah.
crazy. When I was looking at this, like when did they put these out? Like a couple weeks ago?
No, it was
That
like
was like last week. Yeah.
Last week?
Yeah.
So I was looking at this stuff and I was just looking at like all of the systems and I'm like looking at GameCube and I'm like, this is like one of my favorite systems of all time. It's got 20 million sold. 20 million. And the DS was around that era, and it's like 150 million. It's just so crazy. And the Switch is at 85. Like, I just can't believe, like, how basically you watch it go from NES being at, I'll just tell the story of Nintendo really fast. NES, 61 million. Then SNES, 50 million. Then you've got the N64 at like 32 million. And then the GameCube at 21 million. Every system after the NES was lower at 22 million. And then you've got the Wii, which just, boom, reinvigorates the console market for Nintendo up to 100 million. And then the same generation, their handheld sells 150 million. So Nintendo was flipping, selling like
they're making some
hotcakes.
money. They're making its bank.
And I kind of feel like we're in that renaissance again now. I mean, Nintendo doesn't have a console and a portable now. So now they have a console and a portable, which might be contributing to these higher numbers.
Yeah.
Which, yes, basically all I really had to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we also have some non-Nintendo numbers to compare the Switch to. So the Switch has already outsold the Xbox 360. It's really close to the PS3. That was 87.4 million.
Oh, that's going to get passed.
The PS4 was 115.9 million, so I could see that getting passed.
Me too.
Xbox One was only 51 million, so we've already passed that. And then we also have numbers for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. PS5 is at 7.8, which that only came out a few months ago, and they're having like crazy.
Apparently, it's the fastest selling. It's
Yeah.
the fastest selling system or something.
And then we have the Xbox Series X and S combined, 2.8 million.
Well, I mean, they basically said, don't buy our console, buy Game Pass. So that's not like that surprising to me.
Okay. You want to get into the games?
Yeah. Let me swap images real quick. Boop. Boop. Huh? Yeah? Pretty cool, guys.
Oh, it scrolls.
Got a little,
fancy.
Got a little scrolling graphic here on the live podcast. This is what we do when we don't make our topic images ahead of time.
It's pretty good, though. I think it's pretty good. It's well done.
And I'm hidden, which makes the podcast like 33% more handsome. Okay, I'll lead the game sales part. Okay, so number one, again, we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with 35 million sold. Again, that is a game that gets packed in, so that's not too surprising. Also, Mario Kart is like one of the most accessible games and things people like to play, like, you know, with friends, and everyone can kind of sit down and understand Mario Kart. So the accessible games are leading the charts. So the second game leading the chart is Animal Crossing New Horizons, very closely behind. So we got Mario Kart at 35 and New Horizons at like almost 33 million sales, which I'm assuming, well, I mean, it came out March 2020.
So it's a full year. It's a full year.
Yeah, it's a full year of sales. That's insane. That's 1 year. And Mario Kart 8 came out year one of Switch, right?
Yes, it's 4 years. Something like Mario Kart 8 sold like 10 million in the last year alone, which is ridiculous when you think about it.
I mean, these are all just COVID numbers. Like, all of these boosts are just because we're in a pandemic.
But even so, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was selling like hotcakes anyway.
Yeah. True. After Mario Kart and Animal Crossing in the 30 million range, we got in the 20 millions. We've got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with 23.84 million. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is the best game of all time, 22.84 million. And then Pokemon Sword and Shield, 21.1 million. Mario Odyssey, 20.83 million. And those are our 20 millions. What do you guys think about the games that are in the 20 millions?
I think Breath of the Wild should be higher. Like I feel like whenever somebody talks about the Switch, they say play Breath of the Wild, and there's 85 million Switches out there and 23 million copies sold.
Dude,
so I thought it might be higher.
Remember when the Switch first came out and the attach rate for Breath of the Wild was more than Switches?
Yeah, it was over 100%.
It was over 100%, and now it's not. It's not even that.
I think
so. It's like 1/4. There we go. Math.
I think like when Breath of the Wild 2 gets a release date, we'll see a bump in these numbers.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll see a bump in this one, and I think in Age of Calamity we'll talk about in a minute. But I think Age of Calamity will get a bump too. Maybe even Link's Awakening. Maybe the whole franchise. But more specifically, I would think Breath of the Wild, yes, because it's the one that comes before it, and then because they'll probably want to play it. But the prequel is canon. I don't know. I've been enjoying it. I've been playing that game actually, but we can talk about that later.
Sword and Shield is like very close to outselling Gold and Silver, and that was like during Pokemania.
Yeah, but number one is still
Red and Blue.
Red and Blue, right?
That's like it's like 32 million or something.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy that Pokemon has become such a juggernaut. However, the games have never outsold their original debut. Isn't that kind of weird? I mean, I guess Mario Bros. Is still one of the top-selling video games of all time.
I mean, that's what I said. Like Pokemania was like crazy in the 90s. Like everything was. I don't.
I mean, I think I think it's still like a pretty big phenomenon right now.
I think it's bigger than it's been for sure. It's had a big resurgence. The trading card game is crazy right now. What else? Pogo. I mean, that was a few years
Pokemon
ago.
Go.
Yeah, it was some years.
But then we have the Switch games like Eevee and this. I don't know. I feel like it's bigger. I'd like to see, and I can look it up in my spare time. I'd like to see, like the growth of Pokemon games, like as it's like dipping in popularity and growing again. I'd like to see that.
It goes like Red and Blue at the top, and then it goes down. There's a spike up at Diamond and Pearl because like the DS sold like crazy, and then Black and White are the worst like brand new installments in the series, or worst selling, and then it's been kind of going back up since then.
Sweet. Well, good. Now I don't have to look it up. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that most of the games we're talking about right now are the best-selling games in their respective franchises. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling Mario Kart game. Animal Crossing.
Okay, I have a little. I think it's if you combine the Wii U numbers in Deluxe.
That's fine. Mario Kart 8 is the best-selling Mario Kart game. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Actually the Deluxe is actually really close. I think Wii is like 37 million. Like it's really close to just beating it by itself.
They'll hit that.
Nice. Very cool. All right, I'm a little afraid to start talking again.
Sorry.
No, it's actually not.
Actually, Animal Crossing, if you think about it, it's like Animal Crossing is the best-selling Animal Crossing game. Smash Bros. Ultimate is the best-selling Smash Bros. Game. Breath of the Wild is the best-selling Zelda game. And then that's it so far of stuff we've talked about.
Have you ever seen the graphic of the Zelda games? Like, there's a bar graph. I just saw it going around, and like, they don't typically sell like phenomenally. Like, it's all these low bars, and then like it shows Breath of the Wild just shoots up.
That's crazy. Yeah, but Zelda's always been just like one of the tentpoles of Nintendo. I would assume it's
awful, but it's not. I don't think it like I don't think the Zelda games have sold bad per se. It's just...
No, I just like Breath of the Wild. I think is more than double the highest selling, like the second highest selling. I think.
Interesting. I'm gonna turn my microphone up. Sorry.
I mean, it deserves it. Like it should be the highest selling game.
What is your favorite Zelda game? Side note. Besides Breath of the Wild.
Wind Waker.
Skyward Sword.
Weird. Oh! What are you doing with your lights over there?
No, it just turned. They randomly turn off like for a half second every now and then.
Oh, wow. I must not watch your streams long enough. Let's jump into the rest of the sales data real fast. So for the rest of the top 10, we're into now like the teens. We've got Super Mario Party at 14.
My new favorite game.
That was a fun time, which we streamed the day before yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. You guys absolutely need to hit subscribe and watch our live streams because they're ridiculous. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee at 13.28 million. Splatoon 2 at 12.21 million, which I think Splatoon 3 will not outsell because why would you
I think it will outsell it. I think it's going to outsell it.
Yeah? I don't know, man.
I think so.
I don't know why they're making another one for the same console. Makes no sense to me.
Because 13 million people bought the last one?
I guess. Sell DLC or something. New Super. Oh, they already did, didn't they?
Similar.
Yeah, they sold DLC on that.
Yeah. What were you saying, Camilo?
I think it's gonna sell the same or like less. I
agree. But I'm also not wearing a Splatoon hat right now. Can it be? We need to real quick just point out that the person who's like, yeah, no, it's gonna sell a ton, is the guy wearing the Woomy hat.
So Splatoon 2 came out in the first year of the Switch when the player base was like super low. And anything that you slap a Nintendo sticker on, like it's selling at least 10 million.
Where's ARMS?
I mean, that sold like 3 million. And that was a new IP.
That's not 10 million.
I'm just saying, like, it was...
I'm just saying you said something, and then I immediately rebutted you because you're not correct.
But, like, so that was a new IP, right?
Sure.
And Splatoon 2 came out the same exact year as that.
Yeah, but...
it's going to sell 15. I would say 15 million.
Okay.
Diego, I know if you're still in the chat...
Would you say that most people who bought Splatoon 2... were new to it because they probably didn't own it on Wii U?
Yeah.
So Splatoon 2 is Splatoon 1?
Even the Wii U version sold like 5 million copies.
I bought it.
On the Wii U. So.
I liked it. I bought Splatoon 2 and sold Splatoon 2 and then bought it again. That's...
If they market it correctly, like if they do their test fires and their, like if they bring people back, because I know people
like
left
Reggie?
because. No, I mean like if they bring old players back.
Bring Reggie back and I'll buy Splatoon 3.
It's gonna sell well. It's gonna do well.
What was the last one? Did we get to New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe?
No, you didn't say that yet.
We got stuck on Splatoon. So the last one in the top 10, selling 10.44 million, is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is another Wii U port. Which is...
If that could sell 10 million copies...
Well, bro, that's just...
10 million copies.
No, dude, it's Mario.
Super Mario Maker 2 didn't sell 10 million copies.
Because it's advertises you got to make the game.
Yeah.
That's Mario. Isn't that the same thing that you did to me with ARMS? So there you go. I got you back. Super Mario 3D World didn't sell 10 million copies.
Yeah, but I think most people, they see like Mario Maker 2 on the shelf. They don't see, oh, that's a 2D Mario game. They see that's a game creation tool.
But everybody says that the game's bad, so...
What game's bad?
New Super Mario Bros. U.
It's just not as good as other platformers.
I think it's...
it's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing special about it.
Yeah, solid 7 from me.
Good.
I think it's just like whatever. It's like vanilla ice cream. It does the job, but like it's like not my favorite. Okay, and then we got a couple of honorable mentions, which I'll like speed through. Ring Fit Adventure, 10.11 million. Luigi's Mansion 3, 9.59 million. Luigi's Mansion is the best-selling. Luigi's Mansion 3 is best-selling Luigi's Mansion game. Real quick, I'll say Ring Fit Adventure probably sold that much because of the pandemic and people trying to not be fat.
Also, like it's huge over in Japan. The game's like super popular over Japan.
Do they have the pandemic in Japan?
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's even without the pandemic. Like this came out before the pandemic, and it still sold well.
You couldn't buy it when the pandemic started. They had to like ramp up production to get more copies out because people were like buying it up like crazy. I think it got a big boost in sales because of the pandemic. Like that's it.
No,
was.
I agree, but I just think it is popular.
You could go to a store and buy it in like 2019 or whenever it came out, like, and there would be like 50 of them on the shelf. Then come, March, April 2020, those things you couldn't find them because people wanted to work on their houses. I've evidence. I've hands-on eyewitness news. All right, anyway, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which was the limited release time bomb game, which is annoying. Sold
which
9.
You can still buy.
That's the final number, right?
Yep.
No, you can still buy it.
Yeah, but that's the final number for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because any other sales will be second-hand market. So that's 9 million. So that's their strategy. You can only make $9 million, or you could have kept selling it forever and made more money, but whatever. Super Mario Maker 2 at 7.15 million, which John was just mentioning. Didn't quite hit the 10 million mark, but it does have Mario on it, and I don't think they're making a 3 anytime soon, so maybe we'll hit that 10, but probably not. Monster Hunter Rise just came out not that long ago, and it's already at 6 million, which is insane. I anticipate that going through the roof. I think, John, would you say the same?
No, I agree, because it sold like 3 million in a weekend or something.
Yeah, it's
Japan loves that game. So
I love that. I'm not Japan.
Yeah, no, I love that game too. Like I think with the Monster Hunter World hype that they had, and then like Japan wanting another Monster Hunter in handheld. So I think that was like a big issue with when World came out. Like it didn't do that well over in Japan because it wasn't handheld. So now you have the handheld one, and it's a really good game. Like it deserves, to sell a lot. I hope it blows up the franchise because it's still kind of niche.
Yeah, I mean World, I feel like kind of crossed the threshold a little bit, but I think Rise, and then once it comes out on PC, people that number will go up, but not for Nintendo. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, which I ended up buying just to play with you guys. So that's and Bowser's Fury, so that doesn't include 3D World Wii U sales, I'm assuming.
No, it's just the
no,
Switch.
none of these do. These are just Switch numbers, I think.
Yeah.
And then Link's Awakening, which I was playing this evening, is at 5.49 million, which I'm actually a little, I guess not really. If you're saying that Zelda games don't sell as well as like Mario games, I guess that makes sense.
I think the art
remakes
style
also sell less too, typically.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think the art style kind of deterred some people.
I don't know. You could say the same thing about Wind Waker, but Wind Waker is like literally top 3 Zelda games of all time.
No, I'm not saying like it's a great game. I'm just saying like people didn't buy it because it looks like I don't know.
That's
like
one
a
of
toy game.
That's one of the reasons why I bought it, is because I thought it looked awesome. But I also beat the original on Game Boy Color, and it's like a fantastic little mini Zelda game. And then the last game we're going to talk about is also a Zelda game, Age of Calamity, 3.7 million sales, and it's the best-selling Warriors game ever, so we can anticipate seeing more Hyrule Warriors games in the future.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
What do you think? Well, so they already did like the definitive edition, right?
Yeah.
And now they have Age of. Do you think they'll do another?
We have 2 waves of
spin-off?
DLC. We have 2 waves of DLC first.
Oh, we have DLC.
So I think I'd want to make my prediction after I see what's in those 2 DLC packets.
But I think they said there's no story content in those.
Yeah, it's just. characters.
Just
and
characters?
battles.
Yeah, characters.
I wonder if they'll add those maps from Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, those were cool. Like where you can unveil the.
Dude, there was like infinity missions. Definitive Edition is impossible. I think they made a completionist episode about it, about how it took them like 1,000 hours. It's like, dude, you can never beat that game. You can never 100%.
Well, how long is Age of Calamity?
Dude, it's long. Right? It's pretty long.
Yeah, like 17, 18 hours.
Yeah, I think story might be a little bit more than that. I think it's like 20. And then if you do like story plus extras, they said the average is like 34. And then a completionist run is like 78 hours or something like that. And
so that's not too bad. That's kind of like
before. That's like JRPG, but that's before all the DLC comes out, and I think that'll add some time. For sure.
And then you could just you have all the replayability with all the characters and stuff. Yeah.
I'm excited. I liked Definitive Edition a lot, and I'm really enjoying Age of Calamity. I think the story's really good. Until I got to chapter whatever, no spoilers, I was loving it until they well, I'll just say this. You find out in the very beginning that there's time travel in this game.
Yeah.
And I'll say about, I think, a little bit over halfway, they introduce more time travel, and I really didn't like it. I didn't like it. But no spoilers.
I think I'm like 10 hours in, but I've been doing like all the missions, and then I just kind of got bored of it.
Yeah, I'm like 20 hours in. I've been doing like everything, and I'm only at like mission 12 out of 20. There's only 20 story missions.
Yeah, I just kind of booked through all the story stuff.
I really like it. I mean, I enjoy the gameplay and like trying to like figure out, because the combos are crazy. There's like 8 of the Y button, 8 of the X button, and then each combination of like 4 presses, then an X, and like 2 press, like each combination of all that is just like a bazillion combos, and it's just really fun. And like trying to figure out what character like suits your playstyle the best, I think is really cool. Trying out the great fairies are an unlockable character in like chapter 4. It's not a spoiler. And it's just ridiculous because in one of the combos, remember the horse god? That like in Breath of the Wild, where if you kill a horse, you can like find a great fairy that brings your horse.
Oh
back.
Yeah.
So you do a combo with the great fairies in Age of Calamity, and the horse god comes out and starts slapping things around. And I'm just like, dude, this is ridiculous. I don't know. I like it, but I'm a big Zelda fan.
Do you like it at 10 FPS?
It's not so bad if you play it in docked and by yourself. It's not that bad. I just kind of got over it. I also watched a video of it running in like 4K 60 of somebody emulated it and modded it. And I was like, oh man, it'd be cool if the game looked like this.
You got that Switch Pro.
Yeah, I know. That Switch Pro is going to boost these numbers. All right, well, that's all the data. We got it through all the data. Let's talk about, are you guys surprised by any of these numbers in particular? We sort of talked about it as we went through, but like maybe just as a more general question. Are you surprised by anything on the list? Its positioning?
I'm kind of surprised that Animal Crossing didn't overtake the top spot.
It's because Mario Kart 8's like a pack-in game a lot, so it's like hard to kick that out.
I think it will eventually, though. Right? I don't know.
Yes. Sorry, I was drinking water.
Animal Crossing's only been out for a year. Mario Kart 8 is in its 4th year. I guess 5th year. And like there has to be a point where that one slows down and Animal Crossing still sells.
When 9 comes out.
Well, is it ever going to come out? Like, if they keep selling Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like they were like, why do we got to make Mario Kart 9?
Yeah, that's a good point. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know if I'm surprised by anything in particular. I guess, the Animal Crossing thing, but I think Animal Crossing is just going to overtake it. Breath of the Wild, surprised that it's only 22.84 million when there's 85 million Switches in circulation. Like, it's literally the best game ever made. Like, I just don't understand that.
It's like factually the best game ever made.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not an opinion. It's not an opinion. It's the fact.
I was kind of surprised with Pokemon because like I don't think that's going to be slowing down soon. Because even when like the new game comes out, like that's not really the replacement for the for Sword and Shield. It's like if you look at like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, like it was X and Y basically, but like better.
Yeah.
This is like completely different. I feel like all of like the main competitive stuff's going to stay in Sword and Shield, so I think that game's still going to be like active. So
yeah, for sure.
you could probably squeeze out a few more million.
I think so. Yeah.
It'll probably boost when Diamond and Pearl remakes come out, and like people are like playing that game, and they're like, "Hey, I want to check out what the new generation is like," and then go to the Sword and Shield.
Or there's sometimes where like a game is about to come out, like I am like, oh, I want to play it, but it's not out yet. So then like I'll buy like a similar game or another game in the franchise so that I can like scratch that itch. So like maybe like leading up to these releases, you'll see a spike.
Yeah.
But that's just my spending habits. I don't know if that's like a real.
Yeah. I think Breath of the Wild's going to see a spike leading up to Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
And then, Smash is still getting DLC, so that's probably going to see a spike again when
Mario Party
DLC comes out. Yeah, Mario Party is probably going to be up after, because this is before the update came out.
Yeah, this was March, so the update was like 2 weeks ago?
April.
Yeah, I wonder if the online is like a deciding factor in like people picking that game up. They're like, well, I would play, but like I only used to play Mario Party with like my friends from home. It's like, oh, now I can because we live across the country from each other. Probably.
I feel like a lot of people that owned it like just weren't playing it and just started playing it again because they could actually play online.
Mm-hmm. That's why I played it.
I'm actually surprised how much it sold without the update. Almost 15 million copies. And like nobody talked about that game.
Yeah, it was really weird. It came out. It sold some copies. There was no DLC. And just no love. It sort of just like disappeared into oblivion.
Even Nintendo's probably like, oh my god, why are people buying this game?
Yeah, we better do something.
we spent like 100,000 to develop it, so made our money back. Do you think so? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been out for 4 years. And like all of these games, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing,
they're the
Mario Odyssey. None of them have DLC. Do you think we're gonna see DLC this year?
No.
No.
Well, Smash has paid DLC.
Yeah, I mean Smash, but I just mean like the ones that don't, like Mario Kart, Animal Crossing, Mario Odyssey.
No, Animal Crossing is like just like an evergreen game that will just continue to have free updates forever. There's not going to be any paid DLC for that game.
I think there's going to be paid DLC. There's 33 million copies out there. Like,
what do you want to bet?
I don't know. I mean, how do we judge it? Like, how long? Like, what if because Super Mario Party got updated 2.5 years later?
Yeah, but that was a free. Are you talking about paid DLC?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, why would you leave all this money on the table? 33 million.
Nintendo. They don't do anything logically. What are you talking about? They're crazy.
I don't know. But the Smash DLC, that's kind of gross. It's like $6 a character. They could easily put DLC in that game.
just downloadable characters. Like instead of being like a little villager, you're just Samus Aran.
Or like you could download an extra island or something, or like Brewster. Because there's all that stuff that was data mined that was never.
I feel like that's like free update kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we're a year in. They've been doing the same updates. Like the May update is the same as last year's May update.
Well, I don't know. They got their money. What are they going to update it for?
To get more money.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see new stuff like on like the second like go round. Like people are still buying it, so like they're gonna do the same stuff because not everybody bought it on day one last March.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe a lot of people got it for Christmas and stuff.
So they're experiencing
Super Mario
rainy day
Party
for the
could get
first time.
DLC.
It should. I mean,
it should, but
more boards. Yeah.
I think we'll see a sequel before we see DLC.
Why didn't they just? I don't know if we'll see a sequel soon because why didn't they just wait to make a sequel with online?
I don't know. Because maybe I was saying they were doing the online thing because they wanted to add games of their own to their new infrastructure. I think that it has something to do with testing out the infrastructure, and they're like, well, why not try this game that everyone said they wanted online for?
Hey, Shadow King, by the way.
Yeah, hi Shadow King.
Hello.
I don't know what else to say, but could the Switch be the best Nintendo's console of all time? Best-selling Nintendo console of all time?
Does that include DS?
Yeah.
No, it's not a console.
Oh, that was my question.
I mean, it will be the best-selling console.
That's a handheld console.
The best home console of all time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easily.
Do you think it will be the best Nintendo console handheld or home console of all time?
I think
Possibly.
we're 4 years in. They need a new iteration for that to happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think even with the Pro, I don't think it's gonna hit 150. I think we'll get damn close, but I don't think we'll hit 150.
130.
120.
Yeah, max. I think 130 would be a generous. Because I don't think they're gonna.
What was it? So PS4 was what 114, something like that.
Yeah, 115 or something.
Yeah.
I think it'll outsell that.
Well, they're projecting 20 million units this year, so that'll put them at 105.
Right. Plus at least 3 purchases of the Switch Pro from us. So that's
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the Switch Pro, but you got to remember, that kind of console doesn't move numbers that much.
right. It'll move some.
I know my sister's buying her son one this year.
Yeah,
so
but when we're talking the Switch is selling 20 million units this year, it's not like they're selling 20 million Switch Pros kind of thing.
Word. All right. Well, all I know is that I like Nintendo and that I bought. Let me look at this Switch real quick. All of these games? All of them?
I haven't bought all of them.
I don't have Ring Fit.
ones I don't have.
Oh, you don't? I thought you did.
No, I was gonna get it. I ended up not getting it.
I don't have Monster Hunter Rise. I think I have everything.
I have them all. I do have them all.
Yay! Again, not a shocker coming from John. But
I
mean,
don't have Mario Maker 2
them
either.
all.
Oh, you don't have Mario Maker 2?
Actually, I put a lot of time into every single one of these, except for Mario Party. But I actually put. Now I'm probably close to 10 hours into it because of the update.
Yeah, I've played and beat a lot of the games on this list. I reviewed Luigi's Mansion 3, which I'm pretty sure I said last time we went through the financials. I reviewed Luigi's Mansion 3 on this channel. I really liked it and highly recommend it. Looking back on it with nostalgia glasses on, I actually think I would, because I gave it an 8 something.
It's a very good game.
I'd beat it.
I'd round it up a little bit.
There's one area that I did not like. The water area.
Oh, the pool?
With the inner tube, yeah. I hated that.
Oh, that boss with the inner tube?
Well, just that whole area. It was just very clunky.
Oh, like the sewery area.
Yeah, the sewer area.
Yeah, that was rough. The controls on that were really kind of
Yeah.
hey, what if we just took them out of the inner tube? It's it's bad. That's what if. Don't put this in your game. All right,
But cool. I think we'll get a Luigi Mansion 4.
You think?
Due to these numbers, yeah.
I mean, we will. I think that franchise isn't going anywhere. I don't know if we'll see one this console generation. They come out so few and far between.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of Switch's life, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. They're fun. They're super fun. I love them. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about how much you love Nintendo and spending money on Nintendo products?
I will
continue to
buy
spend money.
at least one Switch Pro for myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one. Best game on here. It's just like no question. Okay, best game on here that's not Breath of the Wild.
Smash Bros.
That's a good answer. That game has so much replay value for me. Smash Bros.
That's tough, actually.
I mean, Mario Odyssey is really cool.
Odyssey's good too.
I would say
yeah.
most recently released awesome game on here is Monster Hunter Rise.
Good point.
I'd say Link's Awakening.
Yeah, Link's Awakening is really cool. I'm gonna finish that in like the next couple days. Sweet. All right. Well, that's Nintendo Financials. That was your quarterly update from the Game Pack about Nintendo Financials. Let's move on.
We'll be back in 3 months with more.
We'll be back. To talk about more accounting news. Okay, let's jump over to our second and final story of the day, which is Nintendo announces Game Builder Garage. So Nintendo announced a new game. So I'm going to throw this over to John because I think you wrote the copy for this.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so Nintendo announced a new game on Twitter via a Twitter post.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the vibes like, if you want whatever game you want to make, you do it. We don't feel like doing it. So Game Builder Garage will allow you to learn the basics of game design and visual programming. It's coming out in a month for $29.99.
I mean, that's a good price for me. Like, I'm sold. The visual programming aspect of it is really interesting to me because I've always been interested in learning more about that kind of stuff. And to have like a baby mode where like I can really kind of just goof around and make a game, I think that'll be really fun.
I'm gonna get it just to see what other people make.
That's true, dude. Some people will be like shredding on it and like just make the craziest, coolest stuff. I bet.
It kind of reminded me of
remakes.
WarioWare DIY, where you like make your own micro games.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I just think it looks so cool. I don't know what kind of games I would make. I'm sure I would start with platformers. But I was looking at it and it's like, do they have like is there any way to like make your own 3D renders of like characters, or you're like, okay, no, this is like Jumpman.
No, they showed like you can like draw sprites and stuff.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
I was looking on the website. It looks like. Let's see.
Dude, I'm gonna make a
the
Donkey Kong Country game.
Goes into more depth to like what you can do. It looks like you do motion control stuff, so that's kind of.
Ooh, like make a Duck Hunt 2?
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what people do with it because they're going to just completely break it and not do what Nintendo wants you to do with it.
Dude, there's gonna be so many like weird things that are just gonna be removed. That'll be like excellent, like really viral YouTube videos, but it's gonna be video like my game got taken off of the Game Builder Garage because it was just like a Princess Peach undressing simulator.
I'm gonna get it. I just want to see like what other people do. I'll mess around with it a little bit. I wonder, like, there's this graphic that shows number of games. It says 7 of 71. I wonder if there's a limit on how many games you could.
Of course there is.
Make.
Of course there is. Why would Nintendo?
you have to get stars to get more, just like Super Mario Maker.
Why wouldn't they cap your creativity? That's so annoying. But I mean, do you really need to make 71 games? Like, you can't make 71 quality games. I mean, maybe you can. I can't. I'll say that. I'll speak for myself.
Oh, is that how many you can hold at once?
you played Super Mario Maker. You know how poorly those things are designed. So
I like my levels. I think my levels are good.
I'm just saying the world,
Like the Earth with humans.
like on the world, they don't know how to design it.
No, they don't. Definitely not. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of that. It's gonna be like digging through the trying to find the diamond in the rough, to quote my second favorite Disney movie from the 90s, Aladdin. I don't know why I felt like bringing that up. So John, I'm gonna skip your first question, move on to your second question. Wasn't this Labo software? And yeah, I think it was. But I think it's like
definitely in Labo.
But
they definitely expanded it here. Like you couldn't share your stuff before.
It's like a more beefed up version of it. Did anyone do the Labo one? I don't even have Labo because I thought it was.
The Labo I have is the only one that I built is the VR.
Yeah, I just have the VR headset.
Yeah, I want that one. That's the only one I want. But paying like $100 for cardboard to like make a stupid piano, like that was not.
It kind of made me sick, so I don't think it was worth it.
Not really.
Yeah, definitely not worth it. Also, like, these kits took hours to build.
It was fun building them though. It's like kind of like Legos.
The VR was easy to build. It took like half hour, but like I didn't build the gun that comes with it because it was supposed to take 3 hours. So
I built that. It was kind of cool.
I like. I mean, Camilo just mentioned Legos, dude. I love Lego sets. And have you seen how much Lego sets cost now? Like, if you want just like a small Mandalorian set, it costs like $120.
Jeez.
For Legos, it's plastic. I don't know.
I'm looking at all the graphics on this thing, and it looks complicated. So I don't know how deep I'm gonna go into it.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna get it. I mean, I've kind of been wanting to get like more Switch games. Just I don't know. I just
wish it wasn't coming out the same day as Ratchet and Clank and the day after Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my gosh, that is a terrible release window. Yeah,
but I mean, it's Nintendo, so they don't care what other people are doing.
Yeah, it's true. Nintendo don't care. I'm definitely buying Ratchet and Clank on day one and playing the bejesus out of it. So this Labo game Builder Garage is gonna have to wait. But I will be. Oh, dude, you know what we could do is we could make some. If we're all getting it, we should make some games for each other specifically to play. Like, I made this game for you, John, and I made this game for you, Camilo, to play to try to beat. And it would be like the ultimate like troll game pack live stream.
That sounds pretty fun, actually.
So look out for that. That's going to be a lot of prep. We're not going to do it until like a year after this game comes out because it's take us forever to do it.
Yeah, we have to actually do one.
Yep.
They'll be dead by then. It'll be like, who's still playing this game?
Yeah, there's 3 users online.
Yeah, I'll probably get it once I beat Ratchet and Clank.
So in a day?
That game's probably going to be like 18, 20 hours.
That'll be like a 20-hour game. Those games are so fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to just see how pretty it is. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, this is not the Ratchet and Clank story. Do you guys have any... We're kind of coming up on time here. Do you have any final thoughts on Game Builder Garage?
Do you think they'll have pre-built games in there that you could check out?
I think so. I think they'll have pre-built games as like tutorials.
Yeah, like give you inspiration.
Yeah. Like, look, you can make, like, they showed like a UFO game or something that could be like, look, you can make a shmup. Like, check this out. Or like, you can make a platformer game. Check this out. Like, you can try this.
I hope you can like browse games because they showed like, oh, you can like make a code and give it to a friend. But if like there's not like a way to just like find other people's levels.
Yeah, like what's trending or something.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah, I hope it has a good online interface. But as we all know, Nintendo is not famous for that. But they are famous for making cool games, so I hope this game is cool. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Final thoughts on anything else that is financial related, Nintendo related, Game Builder Garage related? I got all my thoughts out.
Me too.
All right, where can I'm gonna just because we have a couple minutes left. Where can everybody find you guys? What do you guys do? Where are you creating content? You want to plug yourselves real quick?
I'm everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Johniibo, everywhere.
I'm so proud of you for being able to get your handle everywhere.
Camilo, nobody has it. Super original, you know?
That's true. Camilo, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch, Cooltrainer Camilo. I think on Instagram and Twitter I have CoolTR Camilo, so not as special.
Yeah, I'm also not as special. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. On YouTube, it's Phil Phantastic. And then on Instagram and Twitter, it's Phil Phantastic with a big X at the end. Phil Phantastic X.
So those names are already taken?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it's not that creative. It's really not.
I don't think mine was taken, but I just thought Cooltrainer Camilo was like too long. Just want to shorten it.
And you can follow me on Twitch, but you won't see any live streams there. Oh, also, I'm on TikTok too, which I think it's also Phil Phantastic X. So all my socials are just Phil Phantastic with an X at the end. Sweet. And then you can follow and subscribe to the Game Pack. We do podcasts live every Monday. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget that you can watch live every Monday on YouTube or listen to the entire podcast on your audio platform of choice. That'd be like Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Where else, John? Where are we audio-wise?
Google Play.
What was the new one we just did?
I forget what that new one was.
I don't know. Lots of places. But we added a new one.
Yeah, there's a new one somewhere.
And then if you have one that you listen to, you could just tell us, and then we'll add it. So anywhere you want to listen to podcasts, we'll hook you up. And then remember to subscribe to never miss an episode. Follow our Twitter and Instagram. Both are at the Game Pack YT. Thanks again. Take care, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.